we are back in the van, day 2 in the van. It's actually a lot cloudier and colder and a little bit more miserable than the weather forecast said it was going to be. I was really expecting there to be lovely blue skies today. When I got up this morning, there was perfect blue skies pretty much until I started getting the van ready to come out for this afternoon. And now that I'm actually on the drive, it's not very nice. So I'm not expecting amazing things from today, but we are on the countdown to closing for the end of the season. So anything that we do right now is really just servicing the dedicated few, the super fans of ice cream. Today is also a very different place that we're visiting. So yesterday we were actually in one of the biggest towns around here. Today we're visiting some of the smallest villages. Now this place, I've only been coming a short while. I've not actually been in a couple of weeks because we got rained off like 2 weeks in a row. My dad used to come here quite a long time ago, during COVID actually, and he would come occasionally and had a good time. But he's not been able to visit for a really long time. So recently I decided I'll take over and try and build it up again. So this has almost been like starting from scratch again, visiting these particular villages, but it's been okay. It's definitely my quietest day, quietest place that I visit, but I'm trying to give it a chance because the people here are really lovely. The villagers are absolutely beautiful. It is a bit of a drive though. It's another one of them that's quite a drive away. And everywhere else that I'm doing later on this week is way closer. So I'm just approaching the first stop, and here I need to freeze the van down because it's such a long drive. I didn't want to go through all of the setting up again today because we did that in yesterday's videos. I say videos, I'm undecided whether that recording we did yesterday is going to be 1 or 2 videos, but I have decided, having watched it back earlier on today, I think I am going to publish it, which is good news, which means that you're most likely also going to see this video as well. So this will be either part 2 or part 3. Here we go, just get my bells on, the lights. Might not get anybody at this first stop. It's pretty good during the summer, but the last few times I've been, I've not had anyone here. But it's a nice place to park up just before we enter the village and get everything going. So I'll just get everything frozen, set up just in case. Guinea. There was a couple of dog walkers and I thought they might come for one, but no, just walked straight past. There's always like this really awkward kind of standoff, and people are just walking and they look at you like they're gonna wave or that they're interested in having an ice cream, and they're just being friendly. Maybe it's a Yorkshire thing, but they're kind of looking at you, so you're like, okay, I'll wait for you. So you wait for them to walk all the way down the street and then just walk straight past you. You're like, okay, bye. Right, let's move on. Next stop again, like I say, it's a quiet one. I'm expecting today, literally, probably, I bet this is the quietest round that any of our vans actually do. But I want to give it a chance, because none of the places that I've ever visited started off good. They were always quiet and hard work to get started. I've not been coming here that long, so like I said, it is like starting again. so I like the challenge of maybe building it back up and seeing if it can be a good place to come for us. One of the issues that I do have is that a lot of places do want us to visit them. So I have loads of places I could be going. So when we do pick a place, it does have to work out, but you have to give it time. It doesn't always just work out straight away. You can't just pop along once or twice and expect it to be amazing, because that's often not the case. But if you've been coming for a couple of months in the height of summer and it's still no good, then you kind of have to think, should I go visit some people that actually really want us there? But yeah, we get requested to go to loads of places. A lot of the time they're quite like remote or far away from our current rounds, so you then have to build a whole route around that new place. It's a little bit like what I've done here. They actually do a lot of organised events, this particular village that I'm in right now, through the summer, and it's really, really nice. This would actually be an amazing place to live. But yeah, we just need to get everybody on side and hopefully knowing how good our ice cream is, that it's worth coming out for, even if it's not the best weather. If we were going to be continuing this year, I've mentioned in the last video that we always used to go on until close to Christmas, because we had to, and two, because it's quite fun. But if I was doing that this year, in all honesty, round about now or in the next week or two, I would actually stop coming to these sort of places, and I would probably just do weekends and do our bigger places all combined into the weekends, because then you get some more daylight. So you can see it's the same time that I started yesterday. I forgot to ring my bells, that guy will be so confused. It's the same time that we started yesterday, however, problem is it's really, really overcast, so it feels darker. And because it's overcast, like literally there isn't any sun anywhere, it's really quite low cloud, and it looks quite angry cloud. It looks like it could rain. It's not forecast to, but I never trust it. It can always rain, it seems. The second that you sit in an ice cream van, it can always rain. I also have a new location to try with you today, up on the roof behind me. When I get to an area that I think might actually have some people coming out, I'll move you onto that location. I am just watching my mirrors and all around me, just looking for any movement, see if there's anybody springing to life, desperate for an ice cream. We're probably going to finish early today, just because it's going to get dark. It'll feel dark, it'll feel colder, and this is a quieter run, so I would expect, well, maybe about half an hour to an hour earlier than we did yesterday. That's kind of one of the things about this time of year, when you're in October. I mean, what are we on? I think I actually said Friday today, Friday the 10th of October. It's getting quite late in the year, for an ice cream van at least. Is that it does really, really quieten down, and the days get a lot shorter, a lot less daylight, certainly on a weekday. So we don't start until after the schools, so we like to wait for kids to have a chance to get home, get settled down, and then we catch most people, in all honesty, when people start getting back from work later on. So we really only have maybe an hour and a half until we're not allowed to ring our bells anymore on an evening. So it is tight to squeeze all of that in. It didn't used to be like that. These are all relatively new changes that have been made by council guidelines of how we can trade. Makes it harder, but we've managed to navigate it, and we've managed to make it work so far. Definitely nobody here today. A little stop here. Sometimes a couple of people will come out on this road. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just going to say, if I got to the next stop after this one, this is the quietest this village I've ever been to, have done basically the entire top end of this little village and had not one person come out. However, that chap didn't let us down. I'm only expecting at this next stop maybe one lady coming out, so it is exceptionally quiet today. The last time I was here it was very quiet here, like even for here it was quiet, and I was thinking of do I finish coming here for this year and maybe try again in the spring, but we've only got a few weeks left, so I feel like we might as well give them a chance, especially as we've just rolled out loads of new hot desserts, and I kind of felt bad letting them down. I didn't want to be like, oh, here's all these new hot desserts and new menus that I've just done, I'm really excited about it, but I'm not coming to see you. So I wanted to give them a chance to try them. But yeah, it does become a point that if it's too quiet, it costs me money to come out. Yeah, and if it starts to cost me money to come out, you know, it's simply not viable anymore, and then I have to find somewhere else to go. But we're not quite there yet. It was. I was actually expecting 4 days this weekend of beautiful, so I don't know what's happened. Hopefully it'll be back tomorrow. At least it's not raining. You're stop it there now to die, please. Would you like any sauce today? No, okay. £2.50 altogether. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. So the lady that I just served has been coming out all the time. She actually messaged me and requested that I come every week. Her husband loved ice cream. He still does. Unfortunately, last time I was here, she did tell me he's had to go into a home. And so now it's just her. But she still enjoys the ice cream. It's just a treat for her. So hopefully now she's taking care of herself. I think this young lad wants an ice cream. Not entirely sure. Let's stop up here just in case. So a lot of the time, people literally just look at you. It's almost like they're pleading with you to stop, but they don't actually make any gestures or say anything that suggests they want an ice cream. It's a bit of a battle. So I've just pulled in for this kid and he's vanished. So it ends up being a bit of a waste of time. Unfortunately, when I'm really busy, I just can't stop for those type of things, because usually they're just looking because it's an ice cream van. Hello, honey. Alrighty, do you want any sauce on it? Blue sauce? Yeah. Okay. Are we having a flake or no? Alrighty, darling. Just £2 altogether. And tap your card on the top there. Perfect, thank you. There we are. Was that everything? Yeah. All right, darling. Thank you very much. You enjoy. Bless him. He did come out. He just needed to go get some money. And it is getting even colder. Like, even in here with the machine running, I feel quite cold. I do actually have my coat with me today, just in case. When it's quiet like this, it can feel quite difficult to motivate yourself to come out in the first place. But I remember when I first started, everywhere was quiet. It didn't matter where I went because nobody knew who I was. It was quite daunting, really, because when you set out, when you don't know anyone or even where to go, if you're doing it in a place that you've not even been before, you don't even know if there's another ice cream van trading there at first. You have to kind of go and find out, but you soon find out if there is, because everybody tells you. to make sure I drink more water today because I didn't drink any yesterday. But yeah, if there are other ice cream vans in that area, everyone tells you. And what I've always done is turn around. If I see one, I'm like, well, they were here first, and I just leave. There's plenty of places to go that don't have ice cream vans. But most of the places I've gone didn't have an ice cream van there. And I kind of asked people to say, you know, if you want a visit from an ice cream van, message me and let me know and I'll come see you. And I built up what I have now based on that. So there's always been a bit of the thing about other ice cream vans turning up on an established round. And it is really frustrating. It does happen. It happens to me every year. There's always a new van that pops up. But I can't stop them. As long as they've got a license to trade, then they have as much right to be there as I do. You just have to hope that you've built up enough reputation and loyalty with your customers that they'll wait for you. And for the most part, we've done okay with that. Most people would choose us over anybody else coming in. But you know, when it's a really, really hot sunny day, I don't blame people going out to whoever turns up. You just want an ice cream. However, on a day like today, apparently you don't want an ice cream. This one? Oh, there we go. There's your Oreo sandwich. It's just $2.50 for that one, darling. Oh, I've got a bit of change. I'd love it. Thank you. I'll get you 50p. Thank you. There we are. Sure you're all right. Thank you very much. See you later. I almost didn't come down this street today because the last few times I've been down here nobody's come out, but lucky I did for that young lady. Yeah, it's definitely not good this. This is definitely one of them days where it cost me to be out so far, but hopefully it turns around. Like, it's not even 5 o'clock yet, so there's a lot of people who are still at work. What I do find is a lot of the time the whole place is quiet. It's not just that people aren't just coming out, it's like there's no cars, so maybe people are away on the holidays or at work. Now, I am hoping in the future to maybe do some kind of Q&A. I think it'd be really good if anybody had any questions about running an ice cream van or starting your own business or anything about what I've done. Be more than happy to try and help and answer any questions. At the moment I'm just kind of emptying my brain with no real direction, and again we're just trying to get used to making videos. Another dead stop. I've just got one more on this little bit and then I'll maybe change the camera angle. We'll try out the view in the back because these next stops hopefully will have some people at them. Still gonna be putting the camera up there if there's no people because I won't be stuck there. And I guess the whole point of this channel is to show the reality of what it's like working in an ice cream van, and sometimes this is the reality. And in fact, when you start out, this is the reality. Typically, nobody comes out. Everybody sees the ice cream van in the summer with queues, and everyone says, "Oh, you're making a killing," and you are. However, it's such a short period of time to make the money that you need to run your business for the whole year. The rest of the time can be really quiet and really, really hard. What it does mean is that the people who do come out at this time of year and support you like week on week, all year round, regardless of the weather, regardless of everything, we do have a lot of customers like that, and they are so amazing and special to us that they're literally the backbone of the business. We wouldn't be able to keep trading past the kids' summer holidays, really. Ah, here we go. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Do you want the small or medium tubs? Alrighty. This stop here is notoriously quiet, but chap just came out and got free. So you just can never ever tell, which I think is why I like this job so much. Sometimes you can go out on a day when you think it's going to be awful and it'll be the best day of the year, and other days you think, oh, it's so glorious, we're going to have such a good day, and it can be awful. You just can't tell. So every day feels like an opportunity, but then also sometimes you feel like you're absolutely crazy when nobody's coming out and you're driving around jingling your bells and you think, am I nuts? Right, I'm going to move the camera for a bit. Hello there! How are you? We opened that for you because there's loads of stuff on there at the moment, all the new things. But Halloween specials on, Paramac, Dubai, still got the tropical pop, loads of hot desserts. There's a biscuit waffle, thank you. You had as a kid when you weren't allowed chewing gum. I know, it's shocking. Nobody more annoyed than me with them printed all over this van. Mango. They're so nice. You're supposed to have them like tea. It's from bubble tea. Yeah, what about the bubble tea? Sorry, I like my tea. But I'd never tried it, but now I get it. I'm like, oh, it's really nice. Right, so we've gone crunchy in the bottom and fudge on the top this time.
Got what? Crunchy in the bottom?
Crunchy in the bottom, fudge at the top.
No, that's fine.
And an ice cream. There you are, put it there for you. Thank you very much. See you later. Hello there. finally a good stop. Look, keep going. Hello, honey. Oh, it's looking busy today. So we all leave with young eyeballs and all sorts. It's £4.50 altogether, darling. Thank you. I'm getting you change. And there's your 50p. Thank you. Got 2 more weeks. Yeah. Thank you. Hello. Okay. Any sauce today? No, just plain. Okay. There we are. So it's just £5 for them ones. I'll grab you some change. Let's pop that away on me. There we are. Thank you. Enjoy. See you later. Goodbye. It's crazy now, the difference. It's now 5:20, so people are home from work, so it's much better. Hello, honey.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm not scared, thank
Oh,
you.
fabulous.
Just a cornet, no chocolate.
No problem. Can I get you any sauce on it today?
Red sauce, please.
Sauce, very good. Ah. It's not the nicest day. It was lovely this morning.
I know.
Forecast to be sunny, but you just never know.
You just never know. You can have ice cream anytime.
Absolutely. Well, we're hoping for at least another couple of weeks yet before we're done for the year.
Oh, right.
Thank you, sweets. So I'm also letting people know as I go around, because a lot of the people that we see might not be on our social media. So it's just to let them know that we are finishing soon, because a lot of them will, as the lady said, she didn't know if it was coming or not, so she doesn't follow social media. And she'll have her money waiting, and some people will like plan their dinner around you coming, so I like to let them know when we're finishing, because I'd hate to think of them waiting and we're not coming. Hello, darling. It's definitely the chocolatiest thing that we have.
20 not off for winter then, or are you not?
No, we are this year. I'm hoping to get another couple of weeks out yet.
Yeah.
So basically our last day this year is going to be when the clocks go back,
Yeah.
because it just gets so dark.
That's next weekend, isn't it?
It's a couple of weeks away.
Is it a couple of weeks?
Yeah. So we've got this one next week, and then hopefully the one after, weather permitting, as always.
Lovely.
Yeah, and then we should be back in March, all being well. Good.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
So there's £3.50 for that one. Today's the first day it's felt properly like a bit wintry.
Right, lovely.
Thank you. See you later. I feel like when lots of people are asking when you're finishing, they're kind of expecting you to. Sometimes that lady has come out to buy one for her son, and she's probably thinking, gosh, could do without the ice cream van coming around all winter. But we have done it before and people do really like it, so yeah, maybe next year, we'll see. I'm not sure. What do I think about this camera angle? What do we think? Is this a better camera angle? I feel like it is. I feel like we're not showing really people, and I can blur them out easy here if I need to. You've got a better view. Fortunately, you don't get to see the front of the machine, but over there I need access to all of those things. There isn't really room above to put a camera. But yeah, let me know where's working best so far. I'm not sure how many of these style of videos I'll do. I'll probably do more sit downs and do some Q&As and do something a little bit more structured, but as we're just finding our feet as to what we want these videos to be and what you guys want to see, and what I want to capture as well. Just basically sticking you anywhere and having a chat. Hope that's okay. Another quiet one. Right, I've moved you back into the front now because we had a few okay stops, but nothing fantastic, and it seems to have quieted right down again. So we had a little flurry, but it wasn't very prolonged. So I put you back in the front because I can at least chat to you in between my stops. And it is getting dark again. We're just about to hit 6 o'clock. So we've got about maybe 20 minutes left in this village, and then we need to move on to the two very, very little villages that I also do following this there. They're not on my way home. They make me take a mighty detour. But yeah, we keep plodding on. If there's any chance of anybody wanting an ice cream, I'm going to make sure we get it to them. Oh, we've got some runners. Very excited people. The whole time that I've been coming to this village, every single week without fail, those two girls come out, which is lovely, and they're always very excited to see us. They're the backbone of my business. Do a little jingle here as well, a little bit further down, just in case. There's a couple of people that sometimes come out, but the houses, to be honest, look like they're in darkness today, so they've maybe gone out for dinner. Be on their holidays. Lots of people are on holiday at this time of year as well. In a month I'll be one of them. Hello, honey. Are we doing any stops today? Got a bit of strawberry.
Yeah.
It's £5 altogether, honey. Some on the top there. Perfect packet. Right, then go down. As long as it's not raining, still got a couple more weeks to go again. Thank you very much. See you later. thought they were out, but they weren't. Oh, we're squeaking. You can tell it's that time of day again, we're squeaking. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I've only got a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm going to have to get that looked at because it is awful. So there's a little stop that we're going to go to next that is actually normally quite good. So we'll see how we are tonight. Everything's just been a little bit quieter than usual, even for here, my quietest village. It's still okay. It's always still nice just to see everybody as well. I've had a couple of messages from the other half in his van. He's been really quiet where he is, and he's normally very busy. So, but sometimes, like I said earlier, you just can't tell. So it's coming up to just about 6:20. The street lights are starting to come on now. You can really feel the darkness coming in. But we are at our last stop for this village before we move on to the two little ones. Yeah, we'll see if we get anybody here. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next two villages, and then we'll be done for today. Sometimes after this run, I go into the town that I was yesterday, if there was any that I missed, if I finish early, but I didn't miss anyone yesterday. Smashed it all out. Got some people coming. That's everybody here. One last check. Right, let's go. Right, so we're en route now to the second to last village. This one sometimes is much bigger if I get people messaging for various stops, but I've not had them tonight. I've checked the messages. There hasn't been any requests, so I'm just going to do one smack in the middle and see if anybody comes out. They might not do, which is fine. But usually the last little place that I do, which is the next village down, lots of people come out, and they've come to expect us every week. So I might get a telling off because, like I say, I haven't been there. Wasn't there last week because of the storm. I think we got rained off maybe the week before. Maybe I didn't make it that week, but I know it's been a little while since I've been, so I'm expecting to be in trouble. I've definitely felt very tired today. I didn't sleep well last night. Been up really early this morning. I actually started the edit on the first lot of footage that I filmed. In fairness, it is physical work and it is a tiring job, but I'm quite used to it, and I think I'm feeling more tired because of recording through the day, and it's been it's been a bit of a squeeze on the brain. Not used to doing it. There's a lot to think about to do with the van in itself when you're serving and speaking to customers, but yeah, when you then throw in the mix, you're trying to record yourself and trying to remember what I've said to you guys and not squash anyone in the process. I think it's actually worn my brain out a little bit. So we'll see how we go, because these 2 days that I've done so far, they've just been like half days, so they've been weekdays. So they've been the shorter days that we do, and the next 2 days are going to be longer. So I don't know if I will record those in this same way. I might do little bits, but we'll see. But yeah, I'd very much like to know what people would like to see, what you'd like to see, what you'd like to know, and if I can do it, I will. But so far, I've actually enjoyed having you along. It is just a little bit frustrating with my phone that I'm trying to record on because I am having to use a selfie camera, and it's an iPhone 13 mini, so the battery life is awful. Oh, we've got people. Hello, niece. How are you guys? My favourite. Well, you know I'm not going too far away. Oh, so sprinkles and sherbet. Oh, I can do that. No way, but don't worry. Any sprinkles in this one? Oh. Say it be off home if it was. Thank you. See you later. Hello, Mum. Thank you. There we are, Lee. Right, there's a big chocolate chip. Anything else, please? Okay, any sauce for you? There we are. See you later. Hello. Are we having a plate in it or no? Okay. Do have a caravan. So, yeah. Right, there's the one. Oh, I know. It comes out of nowhere. It's just very suddenly there. Oh, no. Yeah, we've only got another couple of weeks and then we're done for this year.
Yeah.
We're going to give it until the clocks change this year, and then it's just so dark.
Yeah. It's still quite vibrant.
It is. You know what, this morning it was gorgeous.
I think I'll make an early dawn.
Yeah.
Last night when I was coming down from my mum's, it was like pink because it's sky.
It was stunning sky last night on my drive home. It was so nice. And there's no caravan. Enjoy. Have a good evening. Thank you. It was a super busy little stop tonight. Wasn't expecting that. Although we did have some people that chased us from the last village, so. Right, on to the last one. Right, we're just coming into the last one. I'm going to turn my lights off again because we're driving on a main road. Don't want to dazzle everybody. We can definitely get them back on again now. Ever so flattering for me in the front. And we're bang on time. When my timings, I said I'd be at this last stop at 7:15, and it's exactly 6:45, or it certainly will be when I pull up. So quite important to get the timings right in these little villages because they're literally waiting for you sometimes in the street. But I'm not sure if it'll be that busy today, but we'll have a bash. The van is screaming again because it's late and cold. Just reverse a little bit. The chap who lives here likes me to be right in front of him. See if he comes out tonight. They're normally waiting. But I wasn't here, like I say. Oh, he's here. He's here. Hello, honey. Joy. Fancy on that. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. That's perfect. Thank you. Oh, this is perfect for that. Wash his blood. It's quite difficult to get that oriented. Perfect. Enjoy. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. So my hopper, the ice cream machine, is completely empty. It's just got what's in the barrel now. So there's normally a family just at the bottom here. But then that's it. So I don't want to put any more in because that means we've got it exactly right. Oh, the van is squeaking. So yeah, I'll see if they come out first. They might not come out, and if they don't, then that's fine. But I really don't want to open a fresh mix if nobody's going to come. So I'll give them a minute, and if we don't see anybody, that will be us done. So I might just start packing things up. I wish I'd moved you to the back of the van for that last stop. Them last two stops, to be honest, but never mind. Whenever I finish, I always just end up grabbing a handful of these little pink and blue sweets. Can't help it. I didn't get many tonight because it's not been busy enough to warrant me having loads of them. Right. So we're 5 to 7 and we're done. So I'm going to get us home. We're quite a long drive from here. So this is one of the furthest away that I come to, which is a shame with it being so quiet. But yeah, you never know. Next year might be different, might be better. I think it's too dark now for me to film without these lights on, so I'm going to wait till we get home. So I'll see you soon. Just had to take a little detour because I realised that I don't think I've put any diesel in this van for nearly 2 weeks. If anything, they're super economical these old vans. So yeah, just pulled into the service station, squeaked my way in, get some fuel. I finally made it home. It is 7:30. It is pitch black outside again. Filled up on diesel, so we're all sorted for another week. If you're wondering why I didn't know that we'd nearly run out of diesel, it's because the fuel gauge doesn't work in this van at the moment. It's supposed to be getting fixed over the winter. But yeah, currently I just have to kind of guess. And if I forget 1 week, then I can be in trouble. But yeah, it was quite a big diesel bill, so it's it's just as well that I went. It was nearly a disaster and I didn't make it home. The screeching on the belts is getting far worse, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to sort that sometime next week, because after this weekend there's only 2 weeks left to go, but I'm so worried about them breaking over these last 2 weeks and me being stranded somewhere, so I feel like I just need to get that sorted. So yeah, what do you think of this camera angle? Was this better? Didn't actually use it that much today, so maybe I'll do a little bit more filming tomorrow. I'm not sure what we'll be chatting about, but I feel like once I start putting these videos out and maybe getting a bit of feedback off you guys, I'll have a little bit more of an idea of what you actually want to see. I've got tons of ideas, but I don't want to bore you with more of the same stuff unless you're enjoying that kind of thing. So yes, thank you for coming along again with me today, and if you enjoyed it, do all the YouTubey things like subscribe, comment down below, remember any questions that you might have, anything that you'd like to see, that would be great. So yet again, it begins. I'm going to get everything cleaned down and I'm going to get in, have some din, and then we're going to do it all again tomorrow. So Saturday is a longer day, so we'll have a lot more daylight, thank goodness. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully it's going to be a busier one. Tonight was very, very quiet tonight, but it was kind of expected. It's kind of cold, got dark quickly, and it's my quietest place that I visit each week. But I did notice actually on the drive home some lights in the sky above one of the towns, and I think that was due to one of the fairgrounds being nearby, so that could be why it was so quiet for both me and for the other vans that were out. So that does have a massive effect on us. If there's some like big event nearby, everybody's just not home. That would explain why there was no cars around earlier. So we'll leave it there for now, and I'll see you in the next one.